Hello everyone, welcome back. Today's video will be on important unifications. The first unification we are going to discuss is German unification, the making of Germany in 1871. Germany was ruled by Prussian Empire. Kaiser I was the king of Prussia. Otto von Bismarck was the chief minister of Prussia. Other than liberals, nationalist sentiments were often mobilized by conservatives also. Here you have to remember about Otto von Bismarck and Kaiser King, the king of Prussia, who ruled Prussian Empire. Prussia is nothing but present days Germany. So earlier there were people, liberal nationalist mobilized, means spread the sentiment of nationalism. But nowadays there were the conservatives or the king like Kaiser I started spreading the sentiment of nationalism or the the sentiment of unification. In 1848, the revolution failed. That is Frankfurt Parliament, which is an usual question asked. What was Frankfurt Parliament? So this Frankfurt Parliament, which was formed which was an attempt to unify Germany, failed. Later, Chief Minister Otto von Bismarck and King Kaiser took up the responsibility for national unification. That is Germany's unification. 3 wars over 7 years were waged against Austria, Denmark, France, which ended with Prussian victory and completed the unification of Germany. So Germany on 18th January 1871 in the Hall of Mirror in the Palace of Versailles proclaimed the new German Empire headed by Kaiser Wilhelm I of Prussia. The new state placed a strong emphasis on modernizing the currencies, banking, legal and judicial system in Germany. These became the model for the rest of the Germany. That is, King Kaiser gave importance to currency, banking, legal and judicial system. Thus, Germany was unified. Now, we will see unification of Italy. So, to know the unification of Italy, we have to know the map of Italy. How was it being divided? Italy before unification, how was it? Italy was divided into 4 major parts. That is 4 major parts. You can see in this map. In the north, this is north, Austrian Habsburg ruled. This part was ruled by Austrian Empire. Austrian Habsburg ruled. In the middle, this is the red part which is in the middle. It was being ruled by Papal state by popes. Okay, Papal state by popes. Then in the south side, which is in yellow color, it was being ruled by Kingdom of the Two Sicilies. Kingdom of Two Sicilies by Spain Bourbon King, not France Bourbon King. It was by Spain Bourbon King. Bourbon King. Okay. A small island was beside this part, which was Sardinia Piedmont, which was called as Sardinia Piedmont, and this was ruled by an Italian princely house by Victor Emmanuel II. Okay, this Sardinia Piedmont was ruled by Italian princely house by the King Victor Emmanuel II. This part. Thus, Italy was divided into 7 states. 1 was princely states. Okay, these were being divided completely. It was being divided and it was in 7 states and 1 was princely states. So, hope you understood this part. So, to understand the unification of Italy, we have to know the major divisions, how Italy was divided before unification. So, Giuseppe Mazzini, King Victor Emmanuel II, Chief Minister Cavour and Giuseppe Garibaldi. It played an important role in unification of Italy. That is Giuseppe Mazzini and Giuseppe Garibaldi. You can remember because the names are similar. So what role Giuseppe Mazzini played? Giuseppe Mazzini played an important role in unification of Italy. He was an Italian revolutionary who founded secret societies like Young Italy and Young Europe. You have already studied in the early videos about Giuseppe Mazzini. It's a separate topic about Giuseppe Mazzini, usually asked question. He was also the head of Republican Party. His ideas and his thoughts were followed and set up in Italy also. So then Chief Minister Cavour. Cavour, he was a diplomatic person. He was a Chief Minister of Italy and he was a diplomatic person. He had good relationship with France. With the help of France, he defeated the Northern Australian Habsburg Empire, which was in north side. Okay, the northern side was being defeated by Chief Minister Cavour with the help of France. He was known as the real maker of Italy. So then Giuseppe Garibaldi, he was known as the hero of red shirt. Here red shirt people are none but peasants. Okay, red was symbolized during France as the symbol of liberty. So it was meant by as peasants, known as hero of peasants, hero of red shirt. He won the support of Italian peasants and drove out Spanish rulers from south part of Italy. Now north was driven by Cavour, south was driven by Italian was freed by Giuseppe Garibaldi. So and peasants were unaware, especially here, peasants were unaware of the liberal nationalist ideologies that Garibaldi was following. Peasants did not follow his ideologies. They felt that they never heard about Italia or Italy. Okay, they never heard about it. They believed that La Talia, Italia, La Talia. You can, it is similar. Italia, they presumed it as La Talia, and La Talia was Victor Emilia's wife. They assumed that La Talia is Victor Emilia's wife, and in south she is being kept as captive. She is being kept in the prison, and they are going to free her. So peasants were so unaware and innocent that they didn't know for what they are fighting. So now here north was freed, south was also freed. Now in central, papal state ruled, and they themselves diluted their power as they were scared that now they will attack on papal state also. Thus in 1861 Victor Emmanuel was proclaimed king of United Italy. Now the next is the strange case of Britain or unification of Britain. Before knowing going further, we have to know about the map of England and a map of Great Britain, how it was. So here it was formed out of a long drawn out process, not by sudden upheaval of or revolution. That is, here there was nothing fight, no war, no revolution. It was a long sudden upheaval, long process, not by sudden upheaval. So there was a long process and not sudden change or not sudden revolution. It was a process which England did it. Okay, that is Scotland. This is Scotland plus England and plus Wales. So this is Scotland, England, Wales. Together became Great Britain. Then Scotland, England, Wales and Northern Ireland became United Kingdom. Okay, got the point. These three became Great Britain. These four together became United Kingdom. So again, Scotland, England, Wales, Northern Ireland Ireland and Southern Ireland. This is Republic of Ireland is called Southern Ireland. This all together becomes British. What is this? Okay, British Isles. So this is British Isles. So these 3 becomes Great Britain. These 4 becomes United Kingdom. These 5 becomes British Isles. Okay, this is the terminology of British Isles. So Great Britain you have heard UK, now you have heard British Isles. So how all this together works? Then how did this happen? So England was very powerful. How did these things happen? Unification of Britain, that is England became powerful due to its trade and commerce. Here, because of trade and commerce, it was powerful, it earned money. British Parliament was formed and seized power from monarchy in 1688. It started framing Parliament and seized the monarchy. Now, England wanted to extend its power to Scotland, Wales and Ireland. But there were various ethnic identities, different languages were spoken like English, Welsh, Scottish, Irish. Along with the language, there were 2 different sects in Christianity. That is 2 different communities in Christianity itself. Like how in Hindu it is Shwetambara, Digambara. In Muslims it is Sunnis and Shias. The same way here it was Catholic and Protestants. Catholics are conservatives, old Christians. Protestants are liberals, new Christians. Okay, there was always a fight among these 2 and differences were more. But England supported Protestants. There was an act. Under the Act of Union, this act was formed by England. Scotland was taken over and forced them to speak English. Under the Act of Union, England took away Scotland, forced them to speak English. In the case of Ireland, Britain supported Protestants. Now as there was a fight going on, Britain started supporting Protestants. After the revolt of Wolfe Tone, that is one of a very not very significant revolt. Wolfe Tone had revolted against the English and his United Irishmen, but it failed. It was a failed revolt. Ireland was forcibly incorporated in the United Kingdom in 1801. So first Scotland was taken, later on Ireland was also taken. Then the symbol of New Britain, the British flag, Union Jack, the national anthem, that is God Save Our Noble King. Then the English language were actively promoted. Thus, unification of British was complete. Hope it is clear with this explanation. So, next video will be on visualizing the nation. Please like, share and subscribe.